Contribution from the Italian National Council of Architects to the waterfront theme. Virtual exhibit presentation at the 2012 Yeosu Expo, South Korea. Oceans and Coasts That Live. Diversity of Resources and Sustainable Activities. At the Italian Pavilion, in collaboration with the Italian Foreign Affairs Ministry's General Governmental Commission for the Yeosu International Exposition, South Korea, May 12th to August 12th, 2012. Through the internationalization project of the European and Foreign Department and in collaboration with the Italian Foreign Affairs Ministry, the CNAPPC, Italian National Council of Architects, Landscape Architects and City Planners, is promoting an exhibit of excellent waterfront architectures designed in Italy by Italian architects and held at the Italian Pavilion at the 2012 Yeosu International Expo in South Korea. Coastlands are elements complementary to the seas. Whatever activity involves the ocean or sea has impact on its coastlands and vice versa. Paying attention to problems affecting the sea also means paying attention to its coasts. The Yeosu Expo will bring to the attention all of the world's nations the need to preserve this important habitat and to preserve and foster equilibrium between humankind and nature that permits sustainable development for the progress of the entire human race. The projects that were selected are being presented at the Yeosu Expo are closely related to the main theme of the exposition, Oceans and Coasts That Live, Diversity of Resources and Sustainable Activities, and to its sub-themes, Coastland Development and Preservation, New Technologies for Resources, and Creative Maritime Activities. Rapallo. First project presented, Waterfront Rapallo, Genova. The first project presented was designed by architect Paolo Giovini and envisions valorizing the city of Rapallo, in particular its old part and seafront, by means of rediscovering the basic values of its historical culture identity. First and foremost, its relationship with the sea. The new beachfront with its wellness centre and restaurant snack bar facing the Winter Garden, the bathing establishment with swimming pools and summer and winter skating, the arena with its splendid gardens and modern congress centre, altogether configure an extensive, fine range of opportunities that, together with the studied attractiveness of the new architectonic and scenic codifications, can finally initiate the new future for a prestigious tourism tradition that the city legitimately expects. Vado Ligure. Second project presented, Waterfront Vado Ligure, Savona. The second project presented was designed by architect Paolo Giovini. The aim is to delineate a prospect of sustainable development as a mark of continuity without relinquishing innovation. In other words, if on the one hand there is clear need to introduce innovative and original elements to arouse interest and promote the new waterfront's image, on the other project takes inspiration from and becomes legitimate through a historical reading of the territory, not merely to give the right emphasis to testimonials to the past, but to draw from history the project's critical and cultural fundaments, its raison d'être. Albisola. The third project presented was designed by 3S Studio Associato architecture firm. The work concerned renovating and improving the abandoned stretch of railroad between Albisola Superiore and Cielo Ligure, and transforming it into a promenade. The project includes a projecting walkway in Corten and wood and a total revetment of the railway tunnel that becomes an authentic container for art exhibits. The panel revetment is not all over, but in various places leaves the bare rock of the tunnel visible. In the airspace are located spotlights with skimming effect and image projectors. Giving prominence is the former railroad bed, using paving that remains constant all along the stretch of the track. The route was further enlarged at panoramic spots using a wooden boardwalk on the seaward side, broadening the existent walkway and freeing views of the scenery. La Spezia. Fourth project presented, Waterfront La Spezia. The fourth project presented was designed by architect Giancarlo Di Carlo. To relaunch La Spezia, the proposal is to implement strategy aimed at changing the city's degree of influence so it can compete with other big metropolitan areas in the Mediterranean basin. The aim is to improve infrastructure, proposing a new cruise ship terminal in the heart of the waterfront in the form of a great green promontory offering travellers a unique experience in arriving and departing from La Spezia. The project foresees inclusion of a conference centre, a hotel and a cultural centre. These will be located in the immediate vicinity of the cruise terminal so as to create a tourism district. The waterfront's main objective is to create new spaces for inhabitants and new attractions for tourists that follow physical connections and keep historic roots alive. In brief, that create the tie between the city and the sea that existed in the past and needs to be interpreted in the contemporary key. Oleastra. Fifth project presented, Waterfront Arbor Tax, Oleastra. The fifth project presented was designed by architect Luca Peralta. On the basis of an analysis of the site, the project's proposal is based on a desire to recoup and valorise the natural and scenic character of the area, beginning with removal of all accreations, the summer snack bar, low walls, stairs, and inserting just a few well-devised architectonic elements to make the site enjoyable on a daily basis as well as for public events. Silent, delicate gestures implying architecture's submission to the natural landscape, itself strong and outstanding, designing areas through naturalistic engineering works and remodelling of the terrain, along with using light architectonic elements in the natural materials and planting trees. There are 4 different functional areas: the entrance boscage containing facilities for the entire whole area, the parking area with separate vehicle access, the events plaza, the natural waterfront with a pier for direct access to the sea, scenic promenades, rest and observation areas. Mondello, Palermo. Sixth project presented, Waterfront Mondello, Palermo. The sixth project presented was designed by architect Simone Tulumello. The project foresees work on the waterfront of Mondello, Palermo's seaside resort. The proposal consists of a system of pedestrian paths connecting several points of Mondello to its central park. The new square was equipped with facilities for inhabitants and tourists, restaurants, snack bars, internet points, shops and open-air cinema, as well as beaches with facilities for bathing and recreation. Selinunte, Trapani. Seventh project presented, Waterfront Selinunte, Trapani. The seventh project presented was designed by architects Iotti and Paravani. Project strategy includes a timely reading of the territory, pinpointing strategic weights within it, foreseeing graftings onto the existing weave, revising traffic and parking, foreseeing inclusion of new polarities and the possibility of a coordinated image for the territory as an element of urban marketing. The project therefore covers a coordinated set of works within a master plan on the scenic scale that, in creating a seaside connection park, the band of natural greenery around Via della Pineta envisions a potential connective and structural link to the existing parks, as well as a natural area of enjoyment of the shore. Today underutilised and partly improperly devoted to vehicle transit and parking, making it a strategic priority area. Marinella di Porto Piccolo, Siracusa. Eighth project presented, Waterfront di Porto Piccolo, Siracusa. The eighth project presented was designed by architect Francesco Taormina. The remnants and relics of military architecture along the coast are the guidelines for recouping Porto Piccolo. The project interprets the last completed design of the 18th fortifications as a boundary to rediscover with the reconstitution of their seaside forecourts, an area characterised by continuous paths at different heights and by a multiplication of visuals afforded by new footbridges. The many pedestrian areas, including the public gardens, are characterised by the design of the materials and at night by illumination that defines the relationship with water and the monumental presences. Together with bicycle paths, this is a result of redistribution of vehicular traffic, aimed at lightening the pressure at the old part of the town. San Leone, Agrigento. Ninth project presented, Waterfront San Leone, Agrigento. The ninth project presented was designed by architect Filippo Orsini. The San Leone Waterfront is an urban marina infrastructure, conceived as a multi-scale design tool. In fact, it has to contain different architectonic and natural elements, very different from one another in both size and character, in order to create cohesion between sea and land, between urban fragments and empty spaces, between the landscape and human inhabitation. The main ordering element comes from using the barcode as an orientation guide to redesign and upgrade the entire waterfront. The format of rectangular stripes in different lengths, laid with their larger size perpendicular to the coastline, enables this inclusive infrastructure to simplify the arrangement of heterogeneous materials, both existent and planned. Barley. 10th project presented. Waterfront San Girolamo, Vesca, Barley. The 10th project presented was designed by architect Paolo Grassi. The purpose of the project was to create a new image for the San Girolamo Vesca waterfront in Barley by improving the relationship between urban weave and the sea, creating new urban areas with the great social and scenic values and utilising the water to enhance the beauty of the urban landscape in a balanced combination of naturalness and urban settlement, where the seafront is a basic environmental resource. Urban renewal for the waterfront meant giving it new urban functions that had been lacking, such as service businesses, recreation and sports facilities, bathing facilities and areas of social congregation. An architectural attraction for the city and territory is the Aquarium, a strong architectural presence directed seaward, integrated with marina activities and suspended above the water to create a strong tie between the built-up city and the sea, providing an element powerfully symbolic of aerial renewal. Santa Maria de Leuca, Lecce. 11th project presented. Waterfront Santa Maria de Leuca, Lecce. The 11th project presented was designed by architect Mauro Saito. The project for the new Santa Maria de Leuca waterfront aims at creating the best environmental conditions for the social-economic development of local tourism. The new arrangement of upper and lower seaside promenades integrates the urban facilities, giving on to the port, individuating the places for a correct utilisation of public and private areas. The main themes of the project are pedestrian livability, vehicular access and parking, along with the functional improvement of tourism facilities. The waterfront project reinforces the solidity of the stone line, consisting of the seafront wall balustrade by means of new pavement and stone urban fixtures, completing it with creation of a new belvedere edifice at each end. Sapri Salerno. The 12th project presented was designed by the Fiorentino architectura firm. Landscape Transportation Network Memory Blend into Unitary Design Proposal. The purpose of the project is to meet two needs. The first is giving the harbour all the infrastructure required of a port, and the second is integrating the port system with the urban system, the territorial system and the scenic context. The architectural work features a modular structure in laminar wood. The tall wooden pilasters follow the rhythm of the coastline, evoking familiar images common to the Italian landscape. The wooden structures of bathing establishments, the continuous pergolas of the Mediterranean architecture. A boardwalk unites the port to the centre of the town, passing along the coast. Suspended below the boardwalk is a waterborne tram. Its salient features are speed, silence, comfort, and a spectacular ride. Electric vehicles complete the transportation system. Casal Velino, Salerno. 13th project presented Waterfront Casal Velino, Salerno. The 14th project presented was designed by architect Luca Punzo. The aim of the proposed project is not to create scenic settings or textbook architectures camouflaging unresolved solutions, but to offer a clear intervention strategy. The result of constant linkage between the urban architectural and the territorial, between global thinking and detailed implementation, which directs change by means of a precise work scheme stemming from the specific nature of the situation. This system is based on an organic network that upgrades, modulates, and links the space of 4 specific areas of intervention. Naples. 14th project presented, Waterfront Naples. The 14th project presented was designed by architect Aldo Loris Rossi. The planned design restores the original seafront of the ancient city, engulfed by the gradual enlargement of the port from the Italian unification onwards, by means of creating a park to meet a great need for greenery, recreational equipment and services. It adopts the principle of demolishing the post-World War II buildings lacking in quality and earthquake protection, and utilising the resultant volume to meet the aforesaid needs. The new functions should not be enclosed in masonry constructions, unchangeable through time, but in lightweight removable structures, gazebos, pavilions, kiosk and tensile structures, ensuring flexible and formal use variable in the future. The planned design consists of the following 7 projects: converting the San Vincenzo Mall to tourist use, redesign of Piazza Municipio Angiovi Mole, reclamation of the Charles de Bourbon Basin, a new Piazza Pisacane, upgrading Piazza Mercato to a natural shopping mall, a new Marinella Park encompassing the Aragonese Walls, Maddalena Bridge Park as the city's eastern port.